really.
All right, today we're here with Bear, and this is his Roadmap to Success video. So when I first got here, the guardian was mainly concerned about his behavior around the front door. And this was both when people are arriving and when people are leaving. So when people are arriving, I want to refer you to the video right above this one for the claiming the door exercise. Sit. Good. Okay. So use the claiming the door exercise. Again, you're using the escalating consequences to disagree with him when he crosses that invisible boundary, and then you're taking steps backwards as he's respectfully staying behind that boundary. I just want to make a quick note that you can use this exact same method for other areas around your house. As long as everybody in the house, the entire family's on board with where these invisible boundaries are, say if you wanted to make one in the kitchen when you're eating or cooking dinner, you can also create a boundary in the kitchen area so he has to stay out of the kitchen while you're cooking and he's not underfoot. These are all options, but you can use the exact same method to set this type of boundary. Now, when people are going to leave, he's been wanting to kind of like see them off, as we'll say, but he wants to kind of go towards the door with them and bark at them and kind of tell them, okay, it's time for you to go. He is a herding dog, so it does make sense that this might be more instinctual for him, and then that instinct kind of became a new habit where he's used to chasing things away, or that's the instinct, is to try to get things to move away from him. Sit. So instead of rewarding that specific behavior, what I want you to do is start giving him treats when you're going out the door. So two different methods. What we're going to have the dog walkers do is ask him to sit and then toss him the treat. Tossing the treat is more fun for him and engaging for him when you go to leave, and instead of having him sit and then going down to give him the treat on his own. Right now, he's not the best at catching the treat, but he caught it that time. But it'll be a more engaging and fun experience for him, and it is less likely that he's gonna wanna start barking. By telling him to sit, he's also gaining self-control because you're giving him something to do instead of something that he shouldn't be doing. So that will also be more engaging and help him feel like he's in more control of that situation and reduce any type of anxiety that he may associate with people leaving. The other thing we can do when the guardians are home is to do something kind of like what I'm doing now. When people go to leave, get him to sit here and play games with him, toss the treats to him, and get him to be engaged with you to make you more interesting and fun than someone going out the door. Over time, you can start to wean off of this process by offering him less treats as people leave. You may have to end up giving him one treat at the end when people leave, but you also may be able to wean off this process entirely. Again, this is more fun for him than just telling him to sit and stay, and I think you'll make faster progress, and anytime you can have fun with your dog, the better, in my opinion. The other thing I wanted to just remind you is to continue to use our petting with a purpose technique. Remember that every time you pet your dog, you're rewarding them for whatever behavior they're doing. So if he's being anxious or nervous and we pet him to soothe him, we're actually telling him that he should be anxious or nervous at that time. So we want to pet him, sit, when he's being calm and he's being really good. And then we don't want to pet him when he's being anxious and engaging in those behaviors. If anything, that's a good time to distract him by tossing him treats or going over different tricks that he's learned over time. All right, I'm going to remind you that everything you do trains your dog, only sometimes you mean it.